Happy New Year, Taurus. Welcome to your January 2022 astrological forecast. Okay, so the big news for you this month is the planet Uranus, which is in your sign, in your first house, has been in retrograde motion, and it's turning direct on the 18th. Okay, so if whatever you were, anything about your personality or your behavior or even your look, your style, whatever, that you were wanting to change, maybe thinking about it or trying it out whenever this planet was retrograde and it's just not working for you, or it was a mistake, especially if you got a haircut or something, or a tattoo maybe, something like a little bit too permanent like that. Now you are able to like make these corrections if that's something that you may have done. It doesn't necessarily mean that you did when this planet was retrograde, but a lot of times people like review when they have a planet in their sign and it's retrograde. It does help you. It gives you time to review something or other, and or even redo something. So either way, you could have changed something about your appearance or your behavior, your personality, something or other in some way. Okay, and now it's, this is in direct motion, so things should be moving a little bit more smoothly for you. Okay, planets right now at the beginning of the month are in a fellow Earth sign, Capricorn rather. The Sun is here up until the 19th. Okay, Pluto's still here. Venus is still here, okay, and is in retrograde motion, but turns direct on the 29th. Oh, okay. I thought it was earlier. Anyway, Mercury will actually fall back into this area. Okay, but I'll get to that in a minute. And there's also a new moon here on the 2nd. All of these things happening in Capricorn in your 9th house, where you have Capricorn. Okay, so Mars actually will energize all of these planets, okay, that ones that are still there from the 24th on. Mars will move into this area. For now, though, Mars is in Sagittarius in your 8th house up until the 23rd. Your 8th house is many, many things, but it is a money house. So if there was anything, money or goods of some kind, this is the house of other people's resources and money, or money coming to you through means other than earning it, or anything. This is the house of legacies and inheritances, but it's also the house of like help. If you needed to get help from someone, or if you needed to borrow money, or you needed to borrow or ask to use something that someone has, they have it and you really need to use this, like I always say, like equipment or something like that. So having Mars here, though, does make you really go after things that are yours. If there's money due you somewhere or other, you've been going after that since Mars entered this area. This is the house of shared resources, though, too, and also shared debt. So if this is a time where, things like that are coming up, where this is like shared debt or resources with a business partner or romantic partner or a relative or a friend even. So the subject of who owns and who owes what could be coming up at this time, and you're settling that with Mars being here. Okay, also this is the house of money, like coming to you through a legal settlement or insurance payout, a refund of some kind. But with all of these planets in Capricorn in your 9th house of legal matters, okay, I would have to say that that may have been going on just a little bit, okay, where you are pursuing something, possibly legally, even if you're just contacting a company and inquiring about, something that you're supposed to have, like money or something else, right? So you're getting action, at least. You know, there's something going on here in regards to, like I said, money or other, like, goods of some kind that are probably yours, and so you want them, right? So around that new moon on the 2nd, I would think that a lot of activity would start to happen. Maybe it was like you weren't getting anywhere, right? You know, again, with your planet Uranus in your first house going direct on the 18th really helps that also, that all of this stuff will move forward now. Okay, now there's a full moon in Cancer on the 17th, and where you have Cancer in your chart is your 3rd house. It's directly across from this 9th house, and both of these are communication and travel houses. They're both media and internet houses also. But I would have to say around that full moon of the 17th that you could receive, let's say, regular postal mail or an email or some kind of communication like a text message or voicemail. I would have to say a voicemail possibly, if this is regarding like some kind of legal matter that you're trying to settle, or it isn't a legal matter yet, you know, because you're still talking and trying to work things out with someone, and you know, thinking that something could be done that way, and it looks like you're gonna be like successful, I think, in that area, just for the fact that Venus is in your 9th house. It's been there for such a long time now. It's an extended stay in Capricorn, and it is retrograde, but it does turn direct at the end of the month there. But even at retrograde means that possibly someone, if you were looking into like some kind of legal matter, someone gave you a second look, a second chance. They looked at whatever you presented to them, papers or information or something or other, and they, you know, they either your account went to someone new that actually was a lot more conscientious, you know, than whoever had it before. Okay, so that's why I believe a lot of movement, even more so when Mars enters this area on the 24th. So it's also a time where you would, you know, successfully represent yourself and defend yourself against anything at this time. If this is regarding a legal matter, but it's actually regarding something that's yours. It's money or goods of some kind. It could be an inheritance or legacy that is supposed to go to you, but there could be other family members like contesting a will or something goofy like that. Okay. Well, also though, Venus and Mars, the love planets, will be here together in your 9th house. Okay, once Mars moves here, both in Capricorn. So just, you know, as an afterthought, let's put it that way, you could actually have a little bit of a romance going on with someone who lives at a distance, possibly even in another country. And when Mars moves into the 9th house on the 24th, it really picks up steam. Okay, either a lot of communications or actual travel. Okay, actual travel to see each other in person. Okay. So then the Sun on the 19th moves into Aquarius, where you have Aquarius in your chart as your 10th house of your career and your public life, and how you're known by reputation, professionally and personally. This is a house of competition. The planet Saturn is still here. Jupiter just left here. So when these two planets, especially being here together, you should have had some kind of promotion or elevated status somewhere along the way. Even if you don't work, there's still something about your reputation that makes you very popular. And like I said, you should have had some kind of elevated status, okay, or in the public eye. People just saw you as somebody really like a celebrity type person even. Okay, so with the Sun here, up until the 19th, and Mercury actually entering Aquarius on the 2nd, but then turns retrograde on the 14th, and actually falls back into Capricorn on the 25th, okay? As it declines in degrees. When it enters Aquarius, you know, it's moving in direct motion, up, up, up in degrees, then it turns retrograde and it starts to decline to the point where it actually falls back into the sign before it. Okay, so it will be back in your 9th house again, but for now it's in your 10th house, and I believe when it turns retrograde is when somebody could contact you about a previous job that you used to do, or maybe a job that you inquired about while you were possibly looking for a new job or a better position or something or other. Even in your current position where you are, the company you work for, a job could come up, or the job that you actually wanted could come up at that time, and they could offer it to you again. You know, maybe there was something else that you were interested in. I think that if there was any kind of competition between you and someone else for a position, I believe that you more than likely were the victor there. But, you know, or even if they were, you learned that it was more or less something that you probably wouldn't have liked after a while anyway. And something better right now when this Mercury turns retrograde is coming along again. So you may be contacted about a previous position or a previous even employer, or something that you applied for. Also, if you are any kind of public speaker or representing your company in any way, it's a really good idea to be careful what you say, especially in public, or any kind of posts that you may make online, especially when Mercury goes retrograde at this time, because people are not, they're going to mesh your words together. You know what I mean? They're going to take it out of context even and make it sound like something else, okay? You won't be understood. Okay, or people will take whatever it is that you said the wrong way. And when Mercury finally turns direct again, that's when it will like sort itself out. But up until that time, you could have a little bit of problems, you know, like with people. Okay, assuming that you said one thing or other, or that your views on a certain subject are this way when they're not. It could even be the exact opposite. Okay, so just be careful. The planet Jupiter, like I said, did leave Aquarius, and it moved into Pisces, into your 11th house, where you have the sign of Pisces. And Neptune is here also, okay, traveling together, these two planets, right? So I did a video on this very thing with Jupiter in Pisces, and I took into consideration that Neptune is also there at this time. Okay, so your 11th house is the house of your dreams, hopes, and wishes. It's your friends and associates, acquaintances. It's the places where you would go to hang out, any kind of organization that you belong to. Okay, it's your house of your friends, and it's like your most sociable house. It is social media if you don't go out physically, just due to the pandemic even, again, you know. So this combination, though, with these two planets together does bring out a very spiritual side to everyone, wherever it's transiting. So you could meet someone at this time, make a new friend or something or other that turns you on to like a different way, a different philosophy, especially with having Pluto in your 9th house for as long as it has been. Your views on religion and philosophy, spirituality have probably changed or totally altered from how you were raised, if you were raised in any religious, you know, whatever religion or non-religion even that you weren't raised in, right? So you could be blossoming in that area in some way or other, but you could view like one of your friends, even if it's not the whole guru thing, that either you feel you know, one of your friends has all the answers, or this new person possibly that's entered your group of friends, you know, that they're like real spiritual and all this whatever, you know. You could just be seeing them that way. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are. But if they have the effect on you that gets you to inquire or learn or read up on something like that, you know, to just out of curiosity, it's good right there. It's just that you should be careful not to see people, and especially groups, and especially charitable groups, or groups that like do charitable work or whatever for a certain cause. Okay, be very careful of them like sucking you in. Okay, just you just be aware. That's all, just to make sure that everybody is on the up and up. Okay. The best time to do something each month, let's see here. Okay, the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Taurus on the 10th, 11th, and 12th. And the best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Scorpio, and those dates are the 25th and 26th. And the best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of speculation or gambling, and anything to do with children is the 6th, 7th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. The best time for money is the 1st, 13th, 14th, 15th, 27th, and 28th. The best time for your career is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 31st. And the best time for communication and travel is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 15th, 16th, 17th, 29th, and 30th. So I'd like to thank my subscribers for continuing to view my videos and support me. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel and clicking on the notification bell, where you'll be notified each time I upload something. Also, check out my weekly forecast. Check out Ask Me a Question. It's in the description box below, and it's for people who only want to know maybe one or two things about their chart. Okay, but if you would like to have your entire chart done, there's also a link there to my website where you can check out my services. Okay, so Happy New Year to you guys, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.